Yeah, they're saying you can't have any personal belongings. You can't have anything to make it look like you're camping in your tent. So everybody's kind of just throwing their stuff out of their tent. The rule that the tents can stay as long as they were a political statement. That's why everybody's been painting all over their tents. I personally didn't take anything out of my tent. I just covered it all up maybe where they can't see it and put a lock on my target. Albie!
I'm listening to you. I'm just getting some footage. Okay, and here what is in front of the camera is the anonymous section of the camp, famously declared Camp Anonymous, who are vowing to resist the eviction. Alan, who we just interviewed from Occupy Hampton Roads, is largely involved with Camp Anonymous here. And what you can see here basically is where I walked in at that end of the park down there. There are a lot of tents right here. I'm going to zoom in on the camera, but what you're going to see on the tents, you're going to see a lot of political slogans. This is because right here in these tents, the Park Service has come through and essentially told people they can't have any personal possessions, they can't have anything that would allow them to sleep. So they're trying to convert them into political statements and symbols. You can see, as I pan the camera around, there are a lot of tents in this park. I'm going to estimate 20, 30, 35 tents somewhere in there. It's quite a lot. You'll see it. There are also a lot of people in the center of the park here. You see there's lots of bystanders, there's lots of media ringing the park. This is a big square here. I'm going to pan the big square. You can see how much media and bystanders there are. There do appear to be a significant number of occupiers gathered in the center here today. It's hard to tell how many are from Occupy DC and how many could be from out of town, other cities like New York and things. There is a large tent in the middle. This appears to be some sort of central gathering spot for Occupy DC. So anyways, I'm gonna shut the camera down at this point and see what's going on with the action. We'll be back in a minute. Here too, you can see people celebrating in the center, the American flag, a sign of distress.
Now it's become a street party. There is a giant blue tarp that's called Tent of Dreams, strikes over the statue of General McPherson, and underneath there are about 100
Here you see the street party. Protesters vowing to resist the eviction. And here again, we're going to go in for a little bit of an inside shot of the main tent here. My First Amendment rights. Here again, you can see a lot of occupiers gathered in the central area. We have the library here. We do not consent to this search. We have several various slogans here reflecting themes that have been prevalent in the Occupy movement.
$169.
One about a world with no sexism, one of a world with no genocide. Again, demonstrating the diverse number of slogans and causes present in the Occupy movement. Here we have a famous slogan too: you can't evict an idea whose time has come. You'll see that sign in the background there. That's become a popular rallying cry for occupiers that are nearing eviction.
The water's fine! Come on in!
Well, here we have more of the I'm Dreaming signs referring to restorative justice. Another one referring to mortgage write-downs.
Charlotte, North Carolina! Charlotte, North Carolina! RNC! August 24th to 27th! 24th to 27th!
Okay, so we'll take a break again at this minute, but again, you can see a very large number of people gathered here for a sort of street party, occupation resistance here. Out. Here we have our new friend from Anonymous carrying the American flag in distress. As well as several members of the media here documenting everything going on. You can see again, there are a lot of people out here. Very well. Too bad, still in the red juice machine.
Your cabinet or your dire resident. You said that if we vote for you, you make the pain stop. It's been 20 years, we still in the same spot with no electricity in the capital city. Yet you're spending money on yourself, publicity, selling our forests for a handful of dollars, trying to make us good workers in blue collars. We run the mills, we run the fields, we build this country for our children. Then you turn around and steal the white man did with colonialism. Then you give speeches on Pan-Africanism. Oh, Mr. President, such a liar. The people gonna come and set you on fire.
We want to adequately and fully and responsibly represent the 99% of us who struggle and hope and move towards creating a real democracy in this nation.
That's right.
Because we know that democracy in this nation right now is predicated upon who got the dollar bill.
Right.
You know, every oil company can go up to Congress and have their way. Every big business can go up there and even write the legislation for themselves.
That's right.
That's right.
In fact, before the mortgage meltdown happened,
That's right.
basically all the lenders were sitting down with Treasury and they were writing the rules that protected themselves.
That's right.
So that they could exploit all the rest of us.
That's right.
Come on, Duke.
We are talking about real democracy.
That's right.
Democracy that is of the people.
That's right.
Democracy that is for the people.
Come on now.
Democracy that represents the people.
That's right.
And so what we will be praying about is the same type of things that we're out here about. To make this nation truly live up to our vision of what this nation can be.
That's right.
To make this nation live up to a real and true spirit of democracy. We're going to be praying so that money is not put in bombs and weaponry into the industrial and military complex, but is put into human lives, put into neighborhoods, put into communities where all of us can be lifted up.
That's right.
So when we talk about praying, we're not just sitting up there talking to God and then doing nothing. We're coming to put our heart, our spirit in it, and make a commitment to doing everything that we need to do. One, to support the occupations.
Yes, sir.
Two, to agitate in the ways in which we can agitate.
That's right.
And three, to be the revolutionists that our spiritual traditions call us to be.
Come on now.
Because our religions have also been hijacked.
That's right.
Hijacked by those who really want to make it an opiate.
Come on now.
Hijacked by those who really want us to be apathetic.
Come on now.
Hijacked by those who really want us to be objective and fair to everybody on all sides. But you know, sisters and brothers, when somebody's being hurt, how can you be fair? How can you stand in the middle and be objective?
Come on now.
Somebody's the villain.
Preach.
We know it. And we got to do something about it.
Come on. We
And
know
so
who.
the prayer is an act of prayer, and we invite you to be with us. All can come together. And we may come from different faith traditions.
I know that's right.
But we're not arguing over creeds.
That's right.
We're not arguing over theology.
That's right.
We're not arguing over what name God may be called.
That's right.
But what we're arguing over is that the dignity of all human beings can be respected, and that the least of us will have the voice that the greatest of us have. God bless you. Continue.
Thank you. Thursday.
That's right.
Come on, guys.
I'm Reverend Karen Brow. I serve as senior pastor of Luther Place Memorial Church. If this wasn't covered, you would be able to see up to the statue that's in front of Luther Place, which is the revolutionary that the Lutherans have followed, someone from around 1500, named Martin Luther, who said that the institution of his day, which was the Catholic Church at that point in time, everything needed to be changed because it was all ossified. It was using money to build things that were not for regular people. It was denying hope for people who were being bought off to put money into huge churches that the people could never, ever step in. So we come as Spirit today as reformers, as those who are moving forward together, also from a reformer who said the harder you work, the harder you got to pray, and the more time you got to put into it. So you have already heard that we are prayers and actors in this world. So you all come out on Thursday to join with us. Amen.
Amen.
We want to thank, is there any questions that anybody has? Is there any, I think we got all the faith. Did you want to say anything? No. Mike?
My name's Micah Bale.
You like that stuff, yeah, we like Micah.
Well, I think it's about time, in the words of Micah, to use some of those nuclear bombs and plowshares
That's
and
right.
build some battle strips into homes
That's right.
for people who are being displaced. I just want to say that Jesus Christ is occupying this camp. Jesus Christ is with the poor and the marginalized and the oppressed and all those people who've been pushed to the sides so the wealthy elite in this country can have just a little bit more. Or in some cases, a lot more. I want to say that Jesus Christ is with the poor. Jesus Christ is with you. And Jesus Christ is asking something of you today. Are you going to stand with those who are needy? Or are you going to shut your mouth and go along with a few people that want to have even more while folks are being thrown out of their homes? Thank you.
We have one more speaker. Come on.
Rabbi Gable Langner. I want to echo some of what my colleagues have said. All of our religions, all of us today, come from religions that are based on compassion. And that's something that we have forgotten in this country, that if religion is not based on compassion, what is it really for? So we need to get back to that. We have a Jewish concept of tikkun olam, of fixing the world. This is a country that needs some repair. And we're here to help support the occupiers who are helping to bring this new consciousness back into our minds and our hearts. So thank you, and hope to see you on Thursday.
Shalom. Are there any questions that anybody has at this time? What was your ordination? I am ordained Presbyterian at the Palisades Community Church. No, I'm at an ecumenical church, an International Council of Communities. Hey, that's a good question.
You still have to love your enemies, and you have to love those who despitefully use and abuse you as well. And love casts out all sin. And you can kill people with kindness. And so you keep loving them, you keep hugging them, you keep saying good things, and God will take care of the rest.
Religion is not based on compassion.